Hi there, Taurus. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, and we're looking at December 7 through December 13. Big news this week for you is Mercury, the planet of communication and clear thinking, which is moving into Capricorn, your fellow Earth sign, and your ninth house of overseas travel, communication, philosophy, and spirituality. Maybe you've been Skyping with someone overseas, or you've been texting back and forth with maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend or someone that you used to date or one of your co-workers that moved overseas, and all of a sudden they say you should come here for the holidays. And even though you're a Taurus and you can be stubborn and you're a fixed sign, it sure sounds good, doesn't it? So if you can, grab a flight, not going to cost you an arm and a leg because it is last minute, you would have a lot of fun if you went ahead and did something spontaneous this year. Now, there's a new moon in Sagittarius later in the week, and that is going to be transiting your 12th house of past karma and subconscious and secrets. If there is something that you really want to get off your chest before the year ends, something that it's probably not such a big deal, but to you, you've hung on to it for so long that it's taken on a legend of its own. And that's when things kind of get a little silly, because I've held on to things. And when I've said, finally confessed, everyone's like, that's what you were worried about. And I was like, yeah, see, people don't think of, so much happens now. We're so saturated by media and movies and television and scandal that people's dirty little secrets aren't really that dirty anymore. They're all kind of washed. They're all in with the mix, because life is kind of a dirty little secret. I mean, it's not an easy time. And for those of you who have a lot of burdens on their shoulder and who are worried about a secret being exposed, it's so much better coming from you than having someone else get the pleasure of outing you for whatever it is. So that's definitely something to think about. Now, Capricorns are much more realistic than most other signs. And this is definitely a time when a lot of realism will kick in for you with Mercury moving into Capricorn. If you know anyone born under the sign of Capricorn, you too should get together and brainstorm, because you'll come up with some great ideas and have some great conversations. The new moon in Sagittarius, which is going to be later in the week, is the last new moon of 2015. And then, of course, we have the full moon in Cancer on the 25th. So we're really getting to the end of all those things that are happening, all those new moons and full moons for the year. Now, this new moon in Sagittarius is transiting your 8th house of joint resources and intimacy. Sex and money are the two things that can cause the most trouble in relationships. Business relationships, if there's any sort of tension between you, sexual tension, but definitely in partnerships where you may be making more than your other half, vice versa. And then sometimes people snap and feel like, I'm paying all the bills, or I'm helping out your family, and dear, it can get a lot of my clients come to me and their problem is joint resources and money. So whatever you can do to rid yourself of that drama with this new moon so that you can go into the holidays without the drama would be a good idea. Have a wonderful week. Great speaking to you. And I look forward to speaking to you again next week.